10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Press Box with your hosts, Scott Fitzgerald and Sean Clemens.
What's up, fantasy world? Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Football Press Box. Woo, 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 woo. All right, I'm going to make a concerted effort to stare at the camera like it is a person, okay? Because I've noticed when I watch back the shows, I'm staring down like this the whole time, and I'm looking way down here. You guys are like, who the fuck is this guy looking at? I want to make sure I look at you guys, the audience, because that is why we're here. What is up, my friends? I got a couple of buddies with me today, always here. Scott, how you doing, my friend? Double Down Dan joining us today. Scotty, man, how you been? How was your week so far?
It was good. I got a T-shirt here from my daughter from for Father's Day. It says, "With a body like this, who needs hair?" So I told her I had to wear this today for the pod. And
is that in reference to the fact that I just cut off all my hair? Is that what you're trying to say, Scotty?
Yeah, for sure. And then yeah, I just woke up this morning, like I was telling in pre-stage, that I feel like I got kicked in the gut with the Dusty May departure here at Michigan. So I'm not happy about that. We'll be talking to Double Dan, Dan about that in the Mavericks move and see what he thinks about that.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Double Down Dan, what is up, my friend? How are you? How was it over there at the D-Gen boys this week?
It was lovely. We got absolutely just rinsed by the casino last night. We had a nice little casino night. Lost a collective couple $100 there. But listen, here's how it's going to go. Double Down was up here. I was riding high. I was hot. Florida, I don't know what was going on, but I was hot. I mean, Scott, I was down there on Hard Rock Bet, okay? And for some reason, my slot spinning thumb was just hitting the right things because I was hitting jackpot after jackpot on slots. So I'm up. I'm feeling great. Got absolutely rinsed last night. The casino definitely took a little bit back from me. That's for sure.
Oh, man, dude. Ouch. I know the feeling, brother. Like, obviously being in Las Vegas, right? Casinos are around the corner in every gas station and basically every building in the city. So I same thing, man, with this weekend. Me and my girl sat down at the bar, got a little lucky on a hit, and then the next day it was gone right back into the second machine. So, yeah, that kind of stuff happens, man, if you got the, in your blood.
It happens to the best of us. Listen, last stream I was trying to beg you to bet on that fucking roulette game. So that's just who Dan is. That's how Dan's gonna be, and hopefully you guys like a little degeneracy during your week. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
yes,
buddy.
Yes.
And if you guys are, what Dan's talking about, he's talking about Roster Roulette. And we're gonna have some updates about Roster Roulette here coming up because there's been changes being made. I mean, every day I'm pushing out updates to try to get this thing in place for you guys. And we've got player accounts now and lots of stuff. So I'm going to talk to you about that here later on in the show. But thanks for bringing it up, though, Dan. I do appreciate that, man.
Listen, I just want to tell you real quick before we go into it. My brother and I on vacation played against each other like 646 times. So just want that to be well known. There was a lot of cursing. There was a lot of terrible moments where I was screaming. And yeah, it was wonderful. It was just wonderful.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, man. Wait till you hear about these updates that are coming. I think you're going to be extremely excited.
So pumped.
Awesome,
so
guys.
Pumped.
We got some buddies in the show today in the audience already here. Martin is in here. Cheeky Hobson is in here. Good buddy of ours. By the way, man, let's talk a little bit about Cheeky Hobson over here. This guy made this AI, right? He's calling it the Cheeky Bot, right? And I love that name, by the way. It's an amazing name. It's the Cheeky Bot, right? And this thing is like spitting out all of this analysis based on the drafts that's going on that he's in and everything. And people are all just like, they're swarming into this chat thread right now, trying to get all these Cheeky Bot feedback, right, on how they're doing in this draft. And I think it's amazing, man. I really do. I think that we should look at potentially having Cheeky on the show if he's up for it. I don't know if you're the type of guy who wants to come on the air or not, but you're more than welcome if you are, because I feel like, that Cheeky Bot thing, it's got some legs, and I'd love to talk a little bit more about what it's capable of and, why you built it, what you built it for, and how it's really helped you with your fantasy. That'd be a great, like, little, segment that we could do on the show here. So we would love to have that option with you, Cheeky. And right now, I'd like to say before we move forward, if you haven't already and you are listening to the show, please, please, please like and subscribe to the channel. It is the only way we're going to be able to continue to do these things for you guys and provide you with great games like Roster Roulette and some other ones that we have down the pipeline, along with our amazing triathlon game. We're going to be talking about a draft on that today, too. So please like and subscribe to the channel. We really need your guys' help to keep this boat afloat. So that being said, my friends, what's up, man? We got our buddy Buster Martin in the audience today. He wasn't able to make it on the show today, guys. So I went ahead and I wore this amazing Pabst golf hat just for him today because he is a Pabst Blue Ribbon drinker on our Thursday Roster Roulette show. Oh. And I really wanted to, give a little shout out to the man. You know what I'm saying?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hey, terrible choice. Absolutely god awful choice, but great person. Terrible taste in alcohol.
Oh yeah, that's the beer
I found the hat like right after the show last Thursday at like Ross or something like that. Super lucky. So I was like, dude, I gotta get the Pabst Blue Ribbon. There's like a hole over here for like a golf tee, so you can stick a golf tee. It's like perfect. I couldn't pass it up.
Oh yeah.
Normally, I wouldn't be hiding this beautiful head of hair now that I actually could like work with it. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I had to do something to honor my boy.
I mean, it knocked you down a peg. I feel like you're not as confident today, and I appreciate that. Last stream, it was getting a little much. You were looking at yourself. You're like, oh, I'm gonna look directly in the camera now. Oh, okay, buddy. All right. You don't need to give us blue steel every time you have a fucking sports take. Okay, take it easy. Did
you see, speaking of blue steel, did you see Ben Stiller's like throwing out the blue steel while he's kicking it on the parade for the Knicks? Did you see that? That was awesome, dude.
Ben Stiller could do anything he wants to do. Anyone from New York City is allowed to do whatever they want to do. Dan is still riding high off that championship. I don't know if I'm ever coming down.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm on the clock. All right, I'm going to jump in there, Liza. I'll take care of that here in just a second. But, man, that's great. What's up, Crimson Ghost? Good to see you, buddy. Nice to have you at the show, too, my friend. This is great. You guys are all here today, man. This is awesome to have everybody here. We're going to talk a little triathlon here in a second. But let's talk a little bit of quick news, sports news, basically. I said NFL news in the show description, but it's basically general sports news right now because there's really not a ton of NFL things going on. You got some training camps and some mini camps going on. You got some people that are maybe showing up a little bit right now, but there's still not really anything massively important to talk about. But there are a few things. Scott mentioned one already. Why don't you guys go ahead? Because I know this is something that's near and dear to both of your hearts. And me being a guy who doesn't really pay attention to college basketball until we get to the tournament, really, I have no skin in this game. So you guys go ahead and sit here and chat away on this. And I'm gonna go ahead and make that pick that he's talking about.
Yeah, well, like I said when the show came in, it didn't happen to us once. It happened to us again. We knew we'd lose Jim Harbaugh to the NFL when we won the national championship. That was a given. But I did not see Dusty May leaving. I thought he would run it back. He's awesome at bringing in players from the transfer portal. And he goes to the Dallas Mavericks. And I found this out this morning. I am still kind of in shock of what's going on. So I'm hoping that in the next few weeks or so that the players that are still there don't decide to run away and go in the transfer portal. And we end up rebuilding again. So we will see what happens. But the first thing I thought about once it settled in a little bit was, oh, my God, tonight's the pod. I got to talk to Dan about this because Dan is like riding high right now, championship. And I'm like, Dan, is this a good move for the Dallas Mavericks?
It's hard to say off the bat, but I would say – because of the way college sports are right now, you kind of expect these guys to make the move. I feel like if you're getting paid what I assume the Dallas Mavericks are paying him, Michigan couldn't have done anything to match this offer. I would assume this offer's enormous, by the way. So Dusty May's definitely going to take it. I think most of these younger coaches now in college basketball have aspirations of going pro. It's a much different schedule. Yeah, you're on the road a lot, but at the same point in time, you don't have to recruit. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to fucking do. You don't have to deal with these kids who rescind their commitment and then put it back. I mean, it's the Wild West in the NCAA right now. Is it a good move? How many of these college coaches have made it in the NBA? Let's just put it that way. Like,
I mean, didn't Billy Donovan take the leap, and how did that work out?
I mean, not great. Like, Billy Donovan hasn't had like a crazy amount of success. He's just been one of the guys that's made the leap and stayed there. I don't know, man. Like, you kind of assume that Dusty May can do it. But again, like when you're playing college and Michigan's got an open checkbook and you can get whatever you want, it's not like that in the pros. So, and not to mention the fact these pros don't want to listen to Dusty May. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So can he get the boys in Dallas moving? Maybe. I think he's a very talented head coach, but I do think he should have stayed in college.
Now, I'm going to take a quote from one of the greatest coaches of all times, Bill Parcells. And he said, if you want me to cook the dinner, you got to let me shop for the groceries. Yeah. So do you think Dusty went to Mr. Cuban and said, look, you're just going to sit there in the seat and smile. You're not going to get involved here with what personnel I'm bringing in and this and that. Do you think that conversation happened before this hiring?
No. I think it would happen if it was like, who's the equivalent of Nick? Like if it's Dan Hurley out of UConn, I think that's probably the conversation had. Dusty May is not that type of, like, he can't command. I know he just won a championship, but like you can't, the name isn't big enough for him to be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And this is what you're going to do. Like I don't think that's a thing for him yet. He's got to be more successful. Like that's the big, well, Cuban is a lot of talk is that the people that own the team right now, the Adelsons will own the team in Las Vegas and they will sell it back to Mark Cuban. So
now he does step obviously
obviously
in a great situation. He gets Cooper Flag, and you can build a championship roster around Cooper Flag. The guy's
is it a great situation is the question though, because realistically, you've got Kyrie and Cooper Flag. I don't know, dude. I don't know if it's a great situation. What are the expectations for Dusty May coming off of? Oh, don't touch Dugong. You be nice to him. Dude, he's still shaking from what you did to him last time, okay? I don't even want to know what happened off camera after we ended this stream, but I don't like where he is right now. Where are your hands? I need to see some hands, sir. What are you doing to Dugong?
Oh, boy.
Cream all over his mouth. Come on.
Oh, boy.
Dugong.
Oh.
God, so generous, that Dugong. Anyways, back to the point. I just I don't know that Cooper Flag is good. Is Cooper Flag capable of being the lead player on a championship team, in your opinion?
I'm such a child.
I don't know. I mean, he's pretty good. I mean,
he's good, yeah, but he needs other things. I don't think he can be the number one on a championship winning team. That's just kind of how I feel about it.
Isn't the NBA? I mean, I'm not super into NBA, but isn't all the championship, like the real good championship teams, and I mean not just one and doneers. I'm talking like dynasties. Like, don't they have like a Batman and Robin?
You need a guy. Your guy needs a guy. Yeah, absolutely. That's why like Wemby is probably like Harper will probably be that guy for Wemby, but he needed another guy. So Cooper, he needs another guy. I just don't know what kind of guy that they can get. Their cap situation's not the greatest. What I think, and the last comment that we just pulled up, I don't know who. Yeah, okay. This is important because genuinely the only thing that I could see forcing Dusty May to make the leap to the NBA is if the NIL guys were like, basketball's cute, but I would like to win a football national championship again. So we're going to move our funding over there. Like, that's kind of how I feel like this came to fruition here.
Gotcha.
Seriously. I mean, think about where the money is. It's not in college basketball. It's in college football. That's where it is.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, so like I said, woke up this morning, felt like I got punched in the gut. But you know what? I've always liked Dusty May, even when he's at Florida Atlantic. So I wish him the best. And
how many years does it buy you of happiness, though, that you just won the national title in football, and then a couple years later you spin the block, win it in college basketball? Michigan's not a college basketball perennial, contender of any sort. Like, they're good. They have their pockets where they were very good. But, I mean, this buys you at what, like 5 years? You'll be good.
So when Jim Harbaugh left for the NFL,
right,
I was great. I'm like, you know what? This buys me time because, you know what? I knew the program would reset.
Yeah.
Okay. The Dusty May situation, the way he could bring players in from the transfer portal, I was like, dude, he's found the secret sauce. We could run this back.
Oh yeah.
So in college basketball, there's really not a lot of like tyrant teams. I mean, Michigan, they were really good. They won a title, but besides Arizona, I mean, Duke maybe, but I mean, there's not like that dynasty, like the Christian Laettner years, where it was like every year they're in the final.
Years.
No, that was just a couple seasons
back when they were paying players in the desert. Yeah,
in the desert, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey,
but
look what they're doing
you're
now.
Completely right. And with what Michigan was returning, what'd you say?
So we were just ahead of the game. You
guys really were. Before NIL, you guys were NIL. But I would let I completely forgot my point because Trader Clem was doing terrible things to Dugong Dan, and on top of it, just yapping away about UNLV. Good Lord. Oh, yes, that was it. Hold on. Returning players, you could have repeated this next year for sure. Just the amount of talent coming back. It would have been a pretty easy situation to see you guys in the Final Four at least. And now we are going to definitely switch our allegiance to Florida winning the national championship this year because
Michigan State's going to be the best basketball team in that
state. What is going to happen to that team? They're going to get pieced apart, Scott. Like they're going to get it. They're done.
They're already talking. They're already talking that Dusty plans on because he's probably going to be a back of the first round player, which would be Mara. And if they team up Mara, with Flag, that'd be a nice 1-2 punch. You're looking at Mara being Robin to Flag's Batman. So
you probably do that,
but the rest of the players, we're going to find out in a few weeks, I guess. I mean, who jumps ship, who comes in, any ones that are coming in. I mean, we have the number right now. We have the number 2 recruiting class and I think it was number 4, number 5 transfer portal class coming in. So
who's the coach that you guys are going to be going?
They brought up the assistant who basically ran the defense, and the defense was number 1 in the country. And that a lot of people say that's what won the championship for us was because of our defense. So he steps in. That was Dusty May's handpicked right-hand man from Oklahoma State. So we're going to see what happens. He's interim right now. He'll probably be a full-time coach they'll probably make that announcement, I'm sure, probably before people start moving in the portal.
Michigan has a ton of money, though. Is there not like a situation where they go absolutely just offer a Godfather deal to one of these guys?
They said there was an opportunity, but they were afraid that the current commits that are coming in now and the players that are already on the team, they were afraid that if they didn't bring somebody up in-house that already knows the system and knows the players, that possibly those players would leave.
What is happening in the middle of us right now?
I don't know.
I'm just like, got nothing to say, so I just
how about you watch a college basketball game? I'm gonna start calling you Rocky Prop. What is going on right now?
Just
Yeah,
cyborging it
oh
up
my
over here,
God,
buddy. That's all it
dude.
is.
Put
I
a
gotta
turtleneck
shout
on.
out to my boy Cyborg. You know, give him a
Yeah.
little love, baby.
All right.
I'm curious because Michigan right now, as it stands, if nothing has been affected with the NIL, you guys are the most attractive job on the open market. So should we have an interim coach or should we take our pick of the litter? And I think you guys should take your pick of the litter. That's
Coach K, come out of retirement.
Yeah,
But
well,
like, I know we laugh about that, and that's not a possibility because he's done. But like, what about Bill Self at Kansas? Like, what about these guys like that command a
Wasn't
room?
there a
Like,
guy in Michigan State recently that was pretty well known?
well, first of all, Bill Self is a disaster. I will not want Bill Self here.
Tom
So-
Izzo is never leaving Michigan State.
No, he's never
want
leaving
that to be
Michigan
very
State.
clear. Tom
How
Izzo.
funny would that be, though, right?
So weird that you were like, isn't there a guy at Michigan State? Yeah, just Tom fucking Izzo. That's all. That's all it is. I get what you're saying about Self. What about Calipari? Like he's come. I mean, he's
Okay, so he's the one I was going to say next. Coach Cal. I love
Yeah.
Coach Cal here.
And on top of it, he's kind of turned that Arkansas job around a little bit.
Yeah.
So give him a blank check and like let him go do the same thing that Dusty May learned from him. So I don't know, man. I feel like Cal's an option. These guys at big schools, all these big name coaches, Michigan has the most NIL money. So you want to come make more money and have a blank check and win a champion. Like you just proved it. You can win a championship here. You guys got a very like attractive job. I wouldn't be settled on the interim thing. I really wouldn't, because you're gonna have some guys call up and be like, "Hey, I'd be willing to come there." So
Yeah, well, like I said, the news just broke today. I mean, we're still in sticker shock here or up there in Michigan. I'm in
what are you
Florida
going to do
right
with your
now.
football team? Actually, now that I think about it, let's careen this into the football program that has a head coach that tried to murder a child. What the hell happened over there?
Yeah, right.
That was just that was a disaster. So
What do you? Yeah, and
Did you notice how he didn't want to talk about that at all?
Yeah.
He said, because it's
"That was a
embarrassing. It's
disaster."
embarrassing.
He's just like
this dude.
what?
This dude takes the reins of one of the most important college football colleges in the world and just tries to knife a girl afterwards. I don't know what the hell is going on in Michigan, but you better hope that Utah coach doesn't get caught up in any craziness like the last guys.
I actually think he's going to be pretty good.
I'm curious as to why he never left Utah. And I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
I'm not
Your
sure.
football situation was a debacle over there, according to our boy Buster.
Yes, it was a debacle for sure.
That's a good way to put it.
And
For
it is
sure.
a mess.
For sure. But all right, so that's my U of M rant.
Wow.
So what's on
Thank God that's over.
I feel like we should get to talk about the Bills for at least an hour after that.
I know, right? After all
No.
that, we
So
should
No.
get
Josh
we're not talking about an underachieving football team. So we're
All
not-
right, Bry. Oh, I mean Scott. Sorry.
He really is like the white bride.
Dude, he is Bry. What the hell, man?
Hey, I do want to give you guys props. So you guys did give us a nice little shout out. Actually, came from Rocky out of all people. Jeez, I almost fell on the floor when I heard that.
I didn't even know if he remembered the name of your guys' show.
I don't know.
You know what I
You know,
mean?
I'm telling you, I think it's got something to do with Rocky when he doesn't wear sleeves. I think it's kind of like, you know, the restriction on the brain kind of thing with some
Doesn't-
people wearing hats. I think that's kind of Rocky's thing with sleeves. I think
First
when
of
he
all,
wears
I
sleeves,
want
it
to
just
see,
looks clearer. You know,
and I'm going to
Not
call him
like-
out on this one too. That story yesterday at the wedding. Come on, dude. Really?
Yeah,
That
what are
really
we
happened.
talking about?
Did that really happen?
What are we talking
Come on.
about? You saved a guy's life by popping his shoulder back in place, sweetheart. Come on, dog. What do you think we are? 12-year-olds? Hey.
Oh, that's
I don't want to talk about the Bills or the Lions in a negative light right now. I won't stand for it. I will not. Anyways, back to the point. Rocky Prop didn't save anyone's life, but told a story where he popped a dude's shoulder back into place and acted like he saved the guy's life. So I don't know. Who knows? But you guys did get a shout out. Rocky Prop loves the roster roulette game as well. Bry hates losing to me in that game. It makes me very happy to make him mad. So I love it. It's fantastic. Every time he gets frustrated, he does like a weird lawnmower start, like and like just can't stop being upset. So yeah, we're on this. We're ready. We have money. I have money in my pocket, ready to buy whatever we need to put money on these games. Okay, so let's go.
Yeah, it's been just to let you guys know, the roster roulette that here Sudden Death was created by Sean is just, it's on fire. It's got legs now, and it's literally sprinting.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And sorry guys, I was trying to get the draft up for you guys so we could talk about this triathlon draft here in a second. But the roster roulette is really, really taking off right now. I'm excited as hell about it, dude. There's some really cool things happening on it, and we could talk about that here real quick before we talk a little bit about the triathlon game. I'm totally cool with that. So basically, we've added some good, like, little features, small things, like just make the game a little easier to play. We've added a lock button so that you don't run into the issue where you accidentally pick a guy and then you can't repick that pick, which was a problem that people were having. We've worked around some of the actual, like, facial issues, some things like that. The big thing, though, is that we've added profiles. So you can actually sign up, create yourself an account, and have a username on there as opposed to your email. So now when you go in and you actually create an account, your name will preload onto the first game, so you don't have to go and enter your name every time. And eventually that's going to lead us to where we can challenge friends and do things like that with a much easier system than the link that's currently being used. So there's just a lot that's going on the back end that's all meant to make the user experience a lot better for you guys. So right now, that's pretty much been the main focus. But there is a little thing that I kind of thought about earlier, and I got to say thank you to a couple of guys in the thread earlier that we were talking. There's a couple of guys that have been playing it like crazy, and I'm gonna go look at his name real quick because I want to make sure I get it correct, because it's a little bit of a, like, FF Florida FF-Fads44 is the guy's name. And him, along with obviously our buddy Martin, who has been in the thread constantly talking about
Happy
it.
birthday, Martin. Martin brought his birthday today.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday, Martin. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, I'm
Happy
giving him a shout out.
Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, that's who Crimson Ghost is.
Nice. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I
him.
thought so. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, okay, perfect. So yeah,
Crimson, I will smoke you in that game.
With this stuff. And I mean, I'm saying, dude, he gave me an idea that just, like, kind of spawned something that I think is going to be great. So here's what it is, guys. The new edition, there's two main editions that are coming up for you guys here within the next few days. The main edition is going to be, are you ready for this? Drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da.
If you don't say money, I'm going to
a waiver wire button.
Son of a
that's
bitch,
right.
Man.
That is right. We are going to add waiver wire to the wheel. And when you land on waiver wire, guess what happens on waiver wire? You have to drop a player off of your roster.
That's incredible.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's incredible. Bry's going to hate that so much.
Oh,
See how Scott just reacted to it? Bry's going to react 2 times worse than that. I cannot wait for that to happen.
Oh my God, that's so bad. Anything, the rosters I put together are just so good, and then you're gonna just you know what? This is just another handicap that Sean's thinking about to take the man down. That's what it is, man. Because Sean can't catch us, you know, and it's just another thing to take the man down.
Scott, can you imagine creating such a wonderful game? Imagine creating such a wonderful game and then getting 3-0'd live on the internet.
Yeah, no doubt.
He didn't win a single game. He's adding a lot of things so he can try to win.
I know.
It goes beyond that. I think I've lost literally, like, almost every single game I've played, dude. The only ones I haven't lost
to be this guy, but I think I'm undefeated against you in that game. And I want to throw my hat in the ring, and I don't have a hat on right now because I've already thrown it in the ring. If any of you guys who think you're good at that game want to play that game with a real man, why don't you go ahead and send me a little message there, buddy, okay? I'm taking any and all takers. The third update that Sean forgot to say is that there's a money aspect to it now, and you can load up an account and bet with Dan on who's going to win the game. Isn't that right?
Yeah, and that account is solely funded and created and ran by our own Double Down Dan, completely separate from Roster Roulette.
Listen, I will start booking. Don't you make me do it. I will become a bookie for this
He's gonna be a
game.
book, like he's gonna totally like Mike McDaniel it, dude. He's gonna start out like this, Dan, and by the end of the season, he's gonna be in here looking like a coke dealer.
You remember a full head of curly hair, looking like I just
Purple
did an 8-ball in the bathroom? Yeah, absolutely, dude. Cannot wait to start wearing capris. I am stoked.
You're gonna look like
New York.
you look like yeah, you look like Mike McDaniel when he was hired by the Dolphins. You see how he totally changed his appearance when he was the Dolphins head coach. He's got the glasses and the capri pants. And
I'm gonna come on here at 76-0 in this game and just have a double pinky ring. You guys aren't even gonna know what's gonna happen.
You have a long.
You should be scared though. That's what I'm saying. You should be scared. Just fucking gold teeth everywhere, dude. Oh my god.
It's too much.
Clem, if you don't have a money aspect on this game within the week, we're taking you down, dude. I will come to your house. I will kidnap you, tie you to a computer chair, and you will put a money aspect on that game, young man, or you're grounded. I'll ground you, dude.
I can't stop laughing.
I think we lost Sean. We lost him.
Oh my god, that's too much.
He'll be like, I added this. I'll be like, is it money?
Hey, there's a good idea right there. Paid tournament.
Oh, man.
Yes, absolutely. This is what I'm talking about. Why are we not running tournament after tournament?
Paid tournament. I like that.
It's on the agenda, guys. It is on the agenda.
Dude, I will throw my wallet through my computer screen
very, very soon. I promise you.
Oh my god!
I cannot believe that.
If you don't take my fuck money, dude, we are gonna have a problem. I'm telling you this right now.
Eventually there will be tournaments and money and all that eventually, bro. That's like step 25 and we're on step 4, bro.
We need to get all right, listen, clear your schedule. I need to go from step 4 to 25 within the hour. So let's get it rolling. What do we need to do? Everyone clear your schedules. All right.
Oh man, dude, I had to start work back at my family business. I've had some fantasy sports, and I got Roster Roulette too, brother. I got a lot going on right now. I can't just jump from 4 to 25 like that.
Hearing a lot of excuses right now, Scott. I don't know about you, buddy. I don't know.
Oh man,
he'll get it.
I'm just saying, I do enjoy it. Dude, I'm literally sitting up until 2 in the morning a lot of times doing these updates. Then I wake back up again at 7 in the morning thinking about it and go right back to the computer. I've actually caused a couple of arguments between me and my girlfriend over spending too much time on that back end. So I promise you, brother, I am working hard on it and I will continue to. But it's too much fun not to, dude. Honestly, that's the main reason. It's so much fun to play that game. It really is.
It's so good.
And sitting there and just coming up with these fun things like this. And there's another couple ideas that are going to come down the roster or the pipeline too. One of them I'm going to talk about right now, which is the roster size. But that's just one of many changes coming before we get settled on our final deal. And there might be some scoring updates. I've been shooting around the idea of some bonus scoring. Maybe like a stack bonus or, multiple elite players on one roster bonus or
stack
stuff
bonus.
Like that. So,
that sounds like a bonus I'll be getting very often.
I'm thinking that could be a fun little addition to it too. And that also kind of helps to skew, from just focusing solely on the roster, the actual rankings, scoring and stuff like that. In order to, build your roster, you have to kind of add an extra dynamic in there. So that, some things I'm thinking about. They're probably going to end up settling into one real good one that we all kind of work together to create. And then the tournaments will start and everything right after that. Because that's all we really got to settle in is an actual specific scoring system and a specific roster size and things. And then we can do the leaderboards and the tournaments and those things based on that. So I'm really excited about it. There's another thing too that's a multiplayer one that I'm really, really excited about that I won't talk about yet.
Nice.
That's going to be a big change. And that,
negative points for using reroll is super good.
Yeah, I like that thought too. I got an idea for some rerolls too that down the road for the tournament status and things like that. There's also potential chaos mode that I'm thinking about where we kind of add an even more dynamic option that you can play as more of a for fun type of challenge mode. So, there's a lot of different things, dude. I'm really I'll go down a rabbit hole if I keep talking about it, but it's the bottom line is that it's all meant to make the game more interesting and more fun and more exciting for you guys to duke it out. And the end goal is to have it be kind of a challenge for not only for you to build your roster, but so that you can, compete with others. But man, so that's just one of many games too, guys. We got a couple other things coming.
That's fine.
Roster expansion. I got 2 more things coming. Roster expansion was the second thing. I want to expand the roster. I'm thinking we're going to go 3 wide receivers, 1 more flex spot. That fits the exact same roster size that most of us play at, which is 11. So I feel like that should be a really good standard for everything. And I'm thinking I'm going to move that forward probably here within the next day or 2. That will change all of the high scores so far, guys, by obviously adding 2 roster spots will change the high scores. So all you guys right now who have been working with, Martin and our boy Crimson here setting the tone with those high scores they've been posting, you guys are going to have to start from scratch again.
Just wait, buddy. Just wait. I haven't made the account yet. Count your days, buddy. I'll be on the top of that leaderboard by the end of the night.
Yep. Go ahead and make an account, guys. Very simple. It doesn't require a whole lot of stuff right now. It's a very basic setup. I'm going to add more to it. There'll be a profile page. There'll be a dashboard for you guys. There'll be like things like, person you play against the most, what's your average
number
score,
1 ranked player in the world, double down Dan.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Those are all coming. But as of right now, it's a real basic sign up. So just go check it out real quick, get logged in so that we can start working on getting that friend to friend kind of setup going. I need logins in there so I can build the friend to friend challenge option and everything the way we need to. So the more of you that sign up, the better. Yep. And then we're only like 2 or 3 steps away from launching this bad boy to the net. And
money. To the net. Sorry, guys. I'm hooked on the money.
We're gonna listen, I'm offering.
Listen, you guys want to bet on this game? I'm already loaded up. I will do Cash App. I will do Venmo. I will do Zelle. Whoever wants it, come get it. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow, you've heard it here.
Dan's betting, just as a disclaimer, Dan's betting is not sponsored and affiliated with Roster Roulette or Sudden Fantasy.
Not at all.
Anyway, it is
not at all.
It's a very individual, personal, deal.
It's associated with you getting your ass kicked and giving me your money. That's exactly what it's associated with. Come get it. Daddy's ready for any and all takers. I'll do 3 games at once. Don't think I won't.
Wow.
It's meant to be that way, too. It's meant for you to be able to bounce from game to game in the long run.
I'm taking people's houses on this game, and I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Dan's going multi-screen.
No, dude, I'm going to have like a stock trader set up at my house. Just screen after screen after screen after screen, dude.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I can just see Dan like sit there at like 4 a.m, just like.
Oh, it's like, come to bed. I'm I made $2,500 today. Shut up.
Oh God.
Oh man, dude, that's hilarious. Dude, that is hilarious. All right, so that's our roster roulette update. But the main reason everybody's here today is because they want to hear about the triathlon game, baby.
Hell yeah.
And we have completed our first triathlon draft of the season is completed, guys. And we're going to pull up that screen. We're going to walk through there kind of like we do with our 6-minute ab style. And I know you've seen the 6-minute abs, Dan, so you'll get a chance to talk about a team here and there. And spoiler alert, guys, Dan will probably not be nice to your team. So if you end up with Dan and he doesn't like your team, be prepared. He's not like me and Scott. He doesn't sugarcoat things like we do and try to make it, like, oh, well, maybe they did this or that to help cover it or this, that. No, he's just going to tell you straight out, like, you suck at this and you need to do better. So just be prepared. And I hope I'm just going to apologize beforehand for anybody that ends up with Dan.
Preemptively apologizing is kind of how I live my life. So it's okay. Perfect.
Right. Yeah, Dan's ask for forgiveness, not permission kind of guy. I hate that. Oh, man, I love this. All right. Let's go ahead and move on over to our little guy here, guys. This is the tab that we're supposed to be sharing, not the other tab, but that is okay because we found the right one. And here it is on our screen. But you know what? We're not going to leave Dan in the background. We're going to bring him in because Dan needs to be here to give you guys his bad take. And, Scott, we talked about having, Evil Scott. And I was going to do like an Evil Scott. I was going to ventriloquist like an Evil Scott and be like, oh, your team sucks. I can't believe how hard you did. Oh, my God, it's terrible. But then we decided not to do that because Dan showed up. And Dan is basically the Evil Scott I was going to create with that ventriloquism thing. So I don't have to do that now. You got Dan here. You can do it.
I feel like we're getting a little harsh on Dan right now. Scott is clearly the evil one on this show. Dan It's kind of nice. I mean, Scott really showed his true colors a couple streams ago. I don't know why we're calling him nice. I'm just going to say that.
I am not mean like Dan when it comes to breakdowns.
Well, but do better. Like, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Be better at what you do. Like, what am I supposed to do? Lie to your face? I'm not going to do it. I refuse.
See, Dan will tell you how bad your team is. I will teach you how to make your team better in the future.
Absolutely. I will not be teaching anyone. I will be roasting you ridiculously hard, though. Absolutely.
So just to give you guys a heads up on this first one, we're so excited to get this out. We forgot, at least I forgot to change the scoring. And we ended up with 4 points passing touchdown, and there was no half-point PPR for the tight end. So this is think of it as like a one-off. So this one's going to be drafted a little bit differently than probably the next one, but I don't really think it really did. I mean, the tight ends dropped a little bit, but the quarterback still went pretty early, in my opinion. So I don't know. What do you think, Sean?
No, I agree with you. I mean, I'll take it off of the screen. I tried to make it a little bigger for you guys so you could see better, but for some reason, it's just not working out great right now. I still got to rework all of this stuff. I've been so busy on the other thing. I haven't built us our new overlays yet to fix our screen share. But so right now, you guys get a nice small thing. We're going to read them off to you, but hopefully that you see it better on your big screens you're watching on. I do think that this draft ended up differently than I anticipated. This being our first one, right? So this one, we didn't really have a benchmark to look at moving forward. We had some other ones that started up afterwards, and now we got kind of like a conglomerate to view. But this being the first one, these guys kind of went right off the cuff with these first few rounds, and I think they kind of fell about where I anticipated. The thing that I didn't really think was going to happen was certain quarterbacks falling down into that 3rd and 4th round, like you talked about, Scotty. That was really the big deal for me. That surprised me more so than anything else, because I know last year when we did this, that was like a difference altogether. Like last year, people were stacking quarterbacks in the first 2 to 3 rounds like crazy. At least half the league or 3/4 of the league was 2 quarterbacks before the end of 3 rounds, and now it seems like it's 2, maybe 3 guys that way. So it's changed things a lot, man. And as we moved on, even you'll see guys as we move forward in some of these mock-ups or draft recaps as we move forward down the road, that it changes completely. These quarterbacks are moving all over depending on the stakes and so on in each of these drafts. So it's pretty interesting, to say the least. Dano, you haven't done this yet. You said you loved it. You said you really wanted to play, and then you've been crickets whenever we're signing up teams. I don't know why. But Dan, what do you think of how this draft is?
Do I have notifications on for Sleeper? Absolutely not. I'm sorry, okay? I would love to sign up. I think this game's fantastic. I have been playing a lot of Roster Roulette, so I would like...
All right, guys, I'm going to apologize for Dan right now and talk about how he doesn't have his Sleeper notifications on. It's just horrible.
Who doesn't have their Sleeper notifications on? I mean, I'm sure his Roster Roulette notifications are like widely open.
All right, I have an alarm clock set up to my Roster Roulette games, okay? What's the problem here? I'm fine. Listen, I have things to do, okay? I got things to do. Take it easy, all right? I would love to hop in the next one. That's going to run.
I'm just teasing.
That might not be 4 hours a pick. Is there one that maybe it happens in like a 1 hour span?
Here's the deal, though, Dan. It's a slow draft. It's meant to be that way so that you could pick around life, and you're not having to be living in your phone so that you don't miss a pick.
Let me ask you a question here. Would you actually? You know what? We're not on DGen Fantasy. I'm not gonna ask you that question. That was a horrible question. I'm gonna go ahead and pump the brakes. See,
is that a little too NSFW for Sudden Death Show? We gotta wait till.
Yeah, we gotta. Dan was about to say some terrible things.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pump the brakes over here. Okay. I understand that some of you might like to take it slow and take your time. Dan, on the other hand, likes to go a little bit faster. Likes to get things done, and I like to lock in on one thing at a time. So,
actually, that's what your wife told me. That sounds about right.
She will tell you I'm the quickest person she's ever met in her life. But that's
that, and that you lie about how big 10 inches is.
Yeah, well, all right. Keep your voice down, because she's in the next room, and she doesn't know that this is not 10 inches. Okay? All right? So Please, okay? No, no, I'm down. I'm hopping in the next one. I'm excited as hell to do it. So yeah, I'll be in the next one.
Okay, so just let's give you guys a quick follow up. We just launched our fourth $30 game, and we just launched our third $90. So we have 7 that are draft, or actually 6 that are drafting. 1 just completed. And we hope to do another maybe 2 or 3 more $90 ones, and hopefully another maybe 10 or 11 $30 ones. So we'll see how it all plays out. But we were getting in a lot of new players. People are jumping in and saying, wow, this is a cool format. I want to try it out. And it's been going good. So pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome, man. The feedback we're getting has been really great. A lot of people are excited about it, and we've had some really fun people in the draft threads and some good experiences going on. I mean, there's some people that, just like Dan, they don't like having to wait around for their pick. But, it's slow draft. That's kind of how things are in a slow draft. We got so much time left for the season. We get into next month, maybe we'll drop them to 2 hours so that we don't have to worry about stretching them too much longer, because we are getting closer to the start of the season here when we bleed into
Here's an idea.
July.
Here's an idea. How about you go 5-second picks, 18 rounds, and let's do a speed chess round. Can I get a speed chess one? Can I just get like a 15-second? You got to pick. That's it. Give me speed chess.
Oh, look who just popped in, Dan, your buddy. Jonathan Taylor at number 1. Thunderfist.
What's up, Thunderfist?
Thunderfist,
oh,
get
man,
it together, dude.
I love
your
Thunderfist,
life together. You should not be taking him in the first round. All right, maybe first round is too much.
You can take
not
him in the first
3
round.
Picks.
That's totally fine.
Not in the first 3 picks. All right.
Oh man! All right.
Is he on here? Because I want to rip his team apart.
Right. All right, guys. Let's get back on track here. We're doing this again. Yeah, he's pulling it out. See, we're regretting. Just like third, backing up. Anyways, all right. Let's get started. This is the draft that we're going to break down. We're going to go team by team. We're going to start myself. We'll go to Scott. Then we'll go to Dan, and we'll keep ordering that same rotation as we move forward. So before we say anything about that, if you haven't already and you're watching the show, please like and subscribe, because we need those subscriptions. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate all you guys that have subscribed. Let's start out with E.G. Cowboy sitting in the first spot. He drafted Bijan Robinson, number 1 overall, filled out his running back room with Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, Aaron Jones, Tyler Algier, Braylon Allen. His quarterback room was the next position that he attacked. He got Dak Prescott there. He went down in the 5th round with Baker Mayfield, followed that up in the 14th with Michael Penix. His receivers were next off the board with George Pickens, Agmika Egbuka, Michael Wilson, Parker Washington, KC Concepcion, A.D. Mitchell, and Brandon Ayuk finished off his draft. His tight ends, he waited all the way till the 11th round to attack that position, and he got himself Oronde Gadsden and Jake Tonjins, and that is all. I don't hate the roster. There's 2 spots that bother me: the depth at quarterback and the depth at tight end. Those are the 2 areas I'm concerned about. Now, this is not a best ball, so there is the opportunity to fix that correction as the season goes along, which I'm assuming is in his potential thought process moving forward. But otherwise, I think he did a pretty solid job. I really like his running back room. Bijan Robinson, Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, they're all good players. There is one issue, though, if you look at every one of those players. Their bye week is week 11. And in this format, that is a big problem. Week 11 is the first week of Guillotine. So lowest scorer in week 11 is eliminated. He has his top 3 running backs all on a bye in the same week. And then he's got Aaron Jones and Tyler Algier backing those guys up. You do not want to walk into that week. Yeah, exactly. You do not want to go into that week without having something done in that running back room. So you should be getting on the horn and working some deals as the season goes along. You don't have to do it now, but when the time comes, before week 10 trade deadline, you got to make sure you do something there. Otherwise, you might run into a buzzsaw and, be one of the top seeds that gets knocked out in the first week of Guillotine. So you got to be careful about that in this format. Otherwise, man, it's not horrible. I don't hate the squad beyond that. That's the one concern. I'd really want to focus on that and maybe fixing that tight end room before Guillotine also. Scotty, man, you got Young Houseboat here. You want me to read off the team for you?
No, I can do it. I can see it. I got it on mine computer, my second screen there. So Young Houseboat started off with Jahmyr Gibbs, He could be number 1 overall at the end of the year. He hasn't had that year yet, so I like that that pick. So it's usually either Bijan or Jameer. Sometimes you'll see Josh Allen at number 2, but normally it's one of those two going off the board. He's got a Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs, Kenny Gainwell. I really like Kenny Gainwell a lot. I think he's going to be I think he's possibly going to at least be 50-50 in that backfield. I don't know if they really trust Bucky Irving with his injury history. So if he's banged up throughout the year, look for Kenny Gainwell to have a big role in that offense. So I like the running back room a lot. And then the quarterback room, Jalen Hurts. I don't know how you get Jalen Hurts at the end of the second round. It's a debacle to me. You have Kyler Murray, so you have 2 running quarterbacks. And then our third quarterback is Aaron. I guess it's not too bad. Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, Michael Pittman, Godwin, and Worthy. That's your wide receiving core very nicely. But where you kind of lack was the tight end. I would like to see you jump a little bit early on the tight end. I would have probably taken the tight end like Jake Ferguson or Pitts over Michael Pittman. But you ended up with Hawkinson, Freiermuth, and Gesicki. So that's probably your weak point, but I really do like the overall balance of this team.
Awesome. Now, Dan, I know you can't see the way that Scott can on the roster.
Yeah,
so
read it to me. You know I like when you read it to me.
Oh, yeah, baby. You and Dugan Dan are both like that. All right, Martin Brundle. This is our buddy Martin Brundle. As you guys know, he is one of our regulars in the comments and constantly in these leagues. He started out with the 3-hole. He had Jamar Chase, Ted McMillan, Mike Evans, Jordan Tyson, Stephon Diggs. That's his wide receivers. He also followed that up with Boston Hill and Gio Bernard, or not Gio Bernard. I always do that. Jermaine Bernard, or whatever it is for the rookie for Pittsburgh. Moving on to the running backs, he started out in the second round by taking Walker and then followed that up with Hampton in the third round, Faisal Tootin in the 6th round, and Jalen Wright filled out the 17th round pick. His quarterbacks were 5th round, starting with Jared Goff, and then 9th round he took Tua Tagovailoa. He did not follow that up with a third quarterback at all. His tight ends, he waited till the 8th round to attack that position, and he got Dalton Kincaid in the 8th, Isaiah Likely in the 11th, Travis Kelce in the 12th, and David Njoku in the 14th. If there's anything you want me to read back again, just let me know as you go along.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the clear strength here, the wide receiver room is incredible, in my opinion. Chase, I think, is due a big year this year. A lot of good talk coming out of Cincinnati. Tet, I think, is on the verge of superstardom in Carolina. I think he'll have another solid year. Mike Evans goes to a different team. Let's see if he can keep up the production. Obviously, you don't like that he goes to the most hurt team in the league, and he's also the most hurt wide receiver ever to play football for some reason. Tyson, a lot of people high on him. I'm not one of those people, but I do like him as a 4th option for you. Diggs, Boston, Hill. If you hit on Diggs or Hill, that's kind of a win, in my opinion. I think you're just kind of reaching at that point just to see what you can do, maybe spin out a little trade off of those. I think the quarterback room needs work. The running back room, I know, needs work. I'm kind of confused about the 4 tight ends. This isn't a tight end point premium league, right?
Not this one.
Not this one.
That we didn't.
So Martin didn't get the memo, or he just doesn't care. But he drafted 4 tight ends and 2 quarterbacks, which seems like a very, very non-smart Martin move. But hey, maybe he's got a strategy where he plans on starting tight ends at the quarterback position when both of his quarterbacks turn out to be terrible at playing quarterback this year. So we will see.
I do like that his comment pops up right over the front of your face.
I know.
Like that.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm
kinda
glad
good.
that is probably making Martin happy as well. He probably doesn't like my face right now. But the fact that you have Tua as a backup quarterback makes me want to jump off my roof. So, Martin, get your shit together. Your wide receivers are great.
I don't know what would be more entertaining, watching you jump off your roof or watching you try to get up there to jump off of it.
Hey, I am spry. How dare you? Just because I'm a large man doesn't mean I can't climb like a bear, you son of a
It's got
bitch.
nothing to do with you
How
being a
dare you?
large man. Bro,
Listen.
I think I would look hilarious trying to climb up onto a roof at this point.
Oh,
in my
yeah,
life.
with that head of hair, you snake. Your hair would
Oh.
look luxurious climbing up. Don't even talk to me right. I don't want to talk to you right now. Anyways, Martin, get it together. You get 4 bananas out of 10. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Except for the wide receiver.
Double Devil Dan. That's it. That's going to be his draft analysis nickname because he does not like your team. He says he's trading for another quarterback soon, so just calm down, buddy.
Yeah, trade for a whole new. Never mind. Trade for a whole new quarterback room. That's what you need to focus on, Martin. All right, get it together.
Oh, that's great. I think your
Jared
team isn't
Goff
that
and
bad,
Tua.
Martin. Don't let Dan.
Terrible.
Don't let Dan talk that bad about you. You're not that bad.
Bananas out of 10.
All right, I was gonna do the next team and we're gonna keep the same order, but then I realized it was my team and it's not gonna be right for me to say or break my own team down. So Scotty, do you want to take my spot?
Let's do a snake. Let Dan go on your team real quick.
Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Let's do it. All right.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, read it out, but do it sensually. Like read it to me in the
No,
word, you know?
do it slowly.
Yeah.
Do it
Just
sexy.
real slow. Can you take 2 hours to read the names on each pick, please?
That's a True Lies quote that doesn't come around very often. But that's great.
Listen, pronounce Josh Allen for the next 2.5 hours.
Oh man, obviously I got the luxury of taking my boy Josh Allen at 1-4, baby. So right there, you already know it's gonna be a great team. So I started out. Josh Allen came back around with Caleb Williams, back-to-back QB to start the draft. Followed up my QB room with Tyler Shuck in the 7th round, and then I actually did take a flyer on Sanders in the late 16th. And then my next attack was on the running back room. I took Saquon Barkley there, came back in the 6th for Bucky Irvin, came back down in the 9th for Jadarian Price, and then Woody Marks, Tyrone Tracy late in the draft to fill out the room. My next attack was in the wide receiver room. I took Malik Neighbors in the 4th round, followed by Olave in the 5th round. Came back with the Mekhi Lemon in the 11th round, Amari Cooper Jr. in the 14th round, and then I finished off my draft with Kayshon Boutte and Calvin Ridley to finalize the last 2 spots. And my tight end room, I took Sam Laporta in the 8th round, George Kittle in the 10th round, and Kate Otten in the 15th round.
All right. I really wanted to shit all over this team, but it's actually very good. I'm not happy that you did well in this draft. I actually feel sick to my stomach saying that you get 8.5 bananas out of 10. What I would like to say,
A lot of bananas.
8.5 bananas is a big rating from Dan. I just want you to know that. So feel good. Give yourself a little pat on the shoulder. Your quarterbacks, solid. Tight ends, solid. Obviously, I think we could do something with the wide receiver room. I think your running backs are good. Jadarian Price, a lot of people high on him. Dan is not one of those people. I watched him play in college. He was significantly worse than Mr. Jeremiah Love. So I don't see it with him, but I like Woody Marks. I like Ty Tracy because, Scatterbo is not going to be able to stay unconcussed for longer than 2 weeks at a time. Neighbors, Olave, we got to do a little bit of work on these wide receivers, but everywhere else you have strengths. This is a very good team, man.
Oh, thank you, man. I did not expect that out of you. I'm kind of surprised and, taken aback a little bit right now. I really don't know what to say. And for me, that's rare.
I mean, work on the wide receivers. Don't get a big head about this, but yeah, it's a good team.
I mean, I got to fit these headphones somehow, right?
This dude gets a haircut, Scott, and he just thinks he's God's gift to men. And I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. I wish he would have drafted worse. So
don't worry. I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 coming up that we can talk about where you could, take my team down a peg or 2.
I can't wait. I can't wait for those moments. Go ahead.
All right, moving on to my boy Buster Martin. He's at the 5 hole. Buster Martin is one of our guys on the show regularly. You might have saw him on the thumbnail. He didn't get to make it today, so I wore this Pabst Blue Ribbon hat in honor of him. So I'm going to go ahead and break down his squad. He started out with the receiver room attacking Puka Nacua in the 5th spot, then took Nico Collins down in the 4th round, Brian Thomas in the 9th round, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen McMillan, filled out with Troy Franklin and Christian Kirk to finish off his draft. He started with the quarterbacks the next time around. He started with Jackson Dart there, Trevor Lawrence, and then Jacoby Brissett in the 8th round to fill out his quarterback room. He then, as running backs, he waited till the 5th round to attack that position. He got Kyron Williams and DeAndre Swift in the 5th and 7th. Then he waited till the 10th again to go back at it with Corum, all the way down to Brian Robinson and Emmett Johnson to fill out that room. And his tight ends, he took Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry, and Brenton Strange starting in the 6th round. I don't hate this team at all. I think he did a pretty solid job here. I like that he took Jackson Dart and Trevor Lawrence where he did. Now, I personally don't take Trevor Lawrence over Patrick Mahomes. That's just me. But I know that a lot of people do. So I'm not going to hate on the fact that he did that. I just like that he went after that position back to back like that. I do think that was a smart move for him. So I'm happy with that. And if you look at his bye weeks, I think he did a pretty solid job of trying to stay with like a earlier bye week scenario, with the exception of a few guys that have that that week 11 bye. That's the bye week that's like the most brutal in my opinion. So when you're talking about bye weeks and things like that and how they affect this format, that is the 1 week. Week 11 is the key bye week that you want to avoid, in my opinion. Everything else you can maybe work around a little easier, but week 11 is a really, really tough one, being the first week of guillotine. So that's the only fallback that I see, though, man. Otherwise, you built a really solid room. I like how you handcuffed Williams and Corm, because I do think that if one of those guys goes down, all the other becomes a potential top 8 back. So that's a great move there. I think you did a pretty good job here, Buster, man. I don't hate this team whatsoever. Scotty, man, you want to move into Go Lions squad and start working on his team a little bit here? Tell us how you think.
Sure. I'll Go Lions has always been one of my favorite drafters. He tends to attack the quarterback position very nicely. But in this draft, after Drake May, I have to scroll all the way down to rounds 17 and 18, where he took Deshaun Watson and I think that's Taylon Green. So he has the quarterback receiving Cleveland quarterback room, I think. I mean, he's missing out on Sanders and, the other guy from Oregon there, but he has no one else at quarterback. So I'm very concerned with this roster. One thing I want to tell you guys, and you can poo-poo on me all you want, but if you don't have 3 starting quarterbacks in the first 6 rounds, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong. So his running back room is Chase Brown, Travis Etienne, Breece Hall. Pretty nice right there. I think he should have went after a quarterback instead of Breece Hall. He had Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff sitting right there that he passed on. So the wide receiver room is Luther Burton, Quentin Johnson, Jaden Higgins, Wandale Robinson, Jalen Coker. Not too bad, but not super excited about it. He does have Chuba Hubbard also and Kyle Monangai in his running back room. So great running back room. You got to trade for a quarterback, bud. And then his tight end room, he has Harold Fannin and AJ Barner. So until you make a trade, Go Lions for a quarterback, and I would package package Chuba Hubbard and Breece Hall and go get yourself a really good quarterback, because you're going to need one. I don't know if this team survives the redraft portion.
I will tell you, if you're interested, Go Lions, that there's a certain guy who took Shedeur Sanders in this league that would be more than happy to talk to you about sending him your way if you want to fill out that Cleveland quarterback room. So, just a little tidbit out there for you. I'm not trying to solicit a trade or anything on the show. Far be it for me to do
that. Collusion. Hey, listen, if you take a Shedeur Sanders trade, you are kicked out of the league. I just want everyone to know that.
Dude, I would love that, Cheeky. Like, pick a team, man. Do Scott's team. Scott's team is coming up in 2 picks. Can you do Scott's team?
So bad.
Look at, dude, you know who this is, right? This is our boy Thrill Kill right here.
Oh yeah, Thrill Kill loves to poke at me. We'll see what happens at the end of the year, Thrill Kill.
Yep, lies. I like his style, by the way. Starting to like that Thrill Kill guy just a little bit more each time he comments, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he is right, though. This one does. So that is something we need to talk about, too, real quick, guys, because the quarterback situation is slightly different on here, being 4-point passing instead of 6-point passing. So that changes things a little bit when it comes to the quarterback need and so on and so forth. So some guys probably do attack it more. So now Scott's talked about this, and he's going to get all mad. I can see it in his face already, that he doesn't feel like that makes a big difference in the world of, scoring in the end and also on and so forth. But, I know a lot of people really change their draft strategies quite a bit for forward to 6-point quarterback passing team.
Yeah, and in this draft, I mean, even though I did preach, 3 quarterbacks in the first 6 rounds, I knew in this format that quarterbacks were going to drop. So I knew that I could take a 3rd quarterback. I could wait on one because of the way everyone drafts. So that's why in this particular draft, I just waited for the 3rd quarterback.
Plus, you can also think about it this way too, guys, right? As long as, say, we'll use Go Lions as an example, which this is actually a great talk to have right now. We'll use Go Lions as an example right here. Drake May's bye week is week 11, right? He can technically walk through. Yeah, I know we talked about that being the crappy week, but he can walk through the whole redraft with just the one quarterback without losing him for any of the weeks, barring injury, right? So he doesn't technically need a second quarterback to make a complete roster to work his way up until the redraft. And then he could attack, if he survives week 11, he can attack a quarterback like real hardcore in the actual guillotine elimination, which actually might even be able to do week 10, because week 10 we lose a team also. So he could steal some quarterbacks right before guillotine and actually play Drake May as his pretty much only quarterback all the way through the redraft portion.
Yeah,
that's a possibility.
Yeah, and what people need to realize though too is, people can say, "Oh yeah, I'll just wait till the guillotine round, and if I survive, I'll go and get a quarterback on waivers." Well, what you don't realize is everyone knows you're weak at quarterback, so people are going to go and they're going to be like, "He needs a quarterback. He's going to bid on one. We're all going to outbid him, because if we leave him without quarterbacks or without a position of need, he's going to be eliminated."
Yeah, and he's got a point here too. He could always tear down for May and take, trade away May for a two quarterbacks, and trade away May and like a extra receiver or running back or whatever position he wants to throw away two quarterbacks in return. So there's a lot of possibilities out there for him to work with. So I wouldn't say that it's as detrimental in these drafts as it was when we were talking our best ball recaps that we did on our 6-minute ab show. So it does change things quite a bit when you're talking this format versus these previous versions of these breakdowns we've done. So let's see who's up next. Last place for life is the next team up. Who went that? Scott, you did that one, right? So Dan, you want to do last place for life, because Cheeky Bot's going to do Scott's team if we can get it in time.
He said he's got it. He's got it ready.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I wonder how we can do that. Should we have him just send it to one of our phones or something? We can talk it down that way, or that might be the best approach. Yeah, if you want to like DM it to me, maybe that might be the best shot there, Cheeky, so I can read it off my phone. That'd probably be easiest. So yeah, go ahead, Danny. I'll read this for you, and then you tell me what you think. All right.
All right.
We got last place for life. One of our favorite names. We love to do our 100-yard dash breakdowns with this gentleman's name because it is just a lot of fun to say. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Justin Jefferson were his first two picks of the draft in the 7th spot. He had Zay Flowers, DJ Moore, Marvin Harrison, Jerry Jeudy to that receiver room. He took Patrick Mahomes to start his quarterback room in the 3rd round, dropped down to the 7th round to fill it out with CJ Stroud and Bryce Young back-to-back 7 and 8. And then 16th round, he took a flyer on one Kirk Cousins. You like that? Go back up to his running back room to start round 4. He talked to Devontae Williams, Rico Dowdle, Isaiah Pacheco, Chris Rodriguez, Sean Tucker, and Samaje Perine round out that room for him. And the only issue that I see is he waited all the way to round 11 to attack the tight end with Dallas Goedert and Dalton Schultz back-to-back, and that is all. Danny.
So the only issue you see is tight ends. I think we got a severe issue here at running back. I see 2 quality running back starters here. Pacheco, I don't know has looked good that often the last couple of years. Rodriguez, I cannot stand. I don't know if he's going to do better with the move, but I'm good on that. Scroll down just a little bit here. And then Tucker and P. Yeah, I'm good. I think your wide receiver room is great. I think that your quarterback room is fine. I know you only got 2 tight ends, and I'm actually glad that someone didn't draft 95 tight ends for once. That's awesome. Goddard and Schultz are serviceable as hell in the rounds that you got them from, so I'm not even mad really at the tight end selection. You know what? Pop your team back up one more time. I'm dropping it down to 4 bananas out of 8. Anyways, so realistically, I think we need to make a move here at running back. I don't know what you can do with Pacheco, Rodriguez, Tucker, and Perine, but you got to do something because those are terrible players and they shouldn't be playing in the NFL still. So that's my opinion. Maybe 6.5 bananas out of 10.
Ooh, okay. So he's not as bad as your first evaluation, but not as good as the last evaluation. So he's kind of right in the middle there, almost the baby bear evaluation.
I would say that this is the middest team I've ever seen. Go ahead.
Okay, there you go. Hey, sometimes people say that being mid is not a bad thing. I mean, I'm not one of them, but I hear it. I hear it out there. So, all right. So we got this from Cheeky Bot is here giving us the breakdown for Scott's team. And I'm really happy about this because, if Cheeky Bot has a bad breakdown for Scott, I'm going to be cracking up. All right. So I have not read this yet. I'm going to read it to you guys as I'm reading it so that you get my honest reaction as I go through it. I'll do that here as soon as I read through Scott's team, and then we'll break down what Cheeky Bot had to say.
Here comes the poison pill. Here it comes. Here comes the poison pill. So
go ahead, Scotty.
No, I was going to say the question from our Crimson Ghost: is there a written rule for this type of league so I can pursue them? So Sean and I talked yesterday about possibly we had an idea from a friend of ours, Omar Billy, who's been in a couple leagues, possibly wants to do some work for us. And we're thinking about taking some of these draft boards and putting them in the leagues that we're filling so people can kind of have an idea how to possibly draft these leagues. So I don't know if that's kind of what you're talking about, Crimson Ghost.
Actually, what he's referencing is the document, Scotty. He wants the breakdown for the leagues. He wants to peruse the actual how the process works. So if you go to our website at sdfantasysports.com, plug intended, you could go check out the game section and the triathlon game. There's actually a couple little breakdown, bullet point style breakdown right there. And then we do have a document that is attached in the leagues as well for you to go read through. That can help you out there. If you want, I'll DM it to you. It's no problem, so that you can have access to that and read through it. But yeah, that'd be great, man. I really appreciate your interest in that because it is a fun format that me and Scott have been really excited to get feedback on. So, yeah, but you're right, Scotty. That is definitely something that we're going to do with our boy that he's talking about, Mr. Omar Billy. And that guy has got some things that he wants to bring to the table that I think are going to be really fun for you guys in analysis world. And, all you people out there that like analysis and get real deep into the numbers, he's going to be the kind of guy that brings the content you're going to love. So let's move into this team of Scotty's looks. I want to see what Cheeky Bot has to say. Scott started out with Christian McCaffrey. By the way, good job there distracting me for enough time, but I did come back to it, and you're not going to get away with that easy, buddy. Okay, so we're going into Scott's running back room. Christian McCaffrey was the first pick at the 8th spot. He waited all the way to round 9 to take another running back in Tony Pollard, and then he followed that up with Jordan Mason, Ketone Mitchell, Katron Allen, and what's his name? Emmanuel Wilson, right? Emmanuel Wilson to fill out his running back room. His next pick was Jaden Daniels in his quarterback room. He started out there with Jaden Daniels and then Bo Nix back-to-back. Came back around with Daniel Jones in the 8th round to fill out his quarterback room. He went Brock Bowers in the 4th round with the first tight end off the board after the no tight end premium scoring. He waited until the 13th round to go at that position once again with Juwan Johnson. And then starting out his receiver room in the 5th round, he got Rashee Rice, came back with Devontae Adams and Jamison Williams in the 3-peat pick in the position. Followed that up with DK Metcalf, Jacoby Myers, Chris Brazzell, and Elijah Sarrat to fill out the room. All right. Let's see what Cheeky Bot has to say about Run the Hurry Ups analysis.
Please be bad. Come on.
Yeah, God, I hope so, right?
Here comes the poison pill.
Ah, crap. Run the Hurry Up is one of the best teams. I didn't want to read that to start the analysis.
You know what?
Are you kidding me? Cheeky, I think you need to check out Cheeky Bot. I think he has a flu or something today because Cheeky Bot sounds like he's off. The first sentence starts out right out the gate with a bad evaluation.
How much you paying him, Scott? Be honest. How much you pay for that? Be honest with us.
Continue reading.
Oh, all right, fine. Run the Hurry Up is one of the best teams in this format because the roster has elite weekly ceiling plus best ball friendly spike depth.
Boo. Oh my
I'd rate
God,
it around
who said
second
that?
overall behind only Trader Clem. Oh wow, okay. Actually, it doesn't say that. He just says.
I was
around
about
second
to say
overall.
you got seven
Real
a 7
argument
banana
for
team.
first.
I don't think that's even.
It says,
How many bananas did he give Scott? Just tell us.
I'm just let me get there. All right, just
All
calm
right.
down, buddy. We got a little bit of work to do to get there. So with the real argument for first, by the way, if you trust CMC, his roster core, he listed the players that we've already talked about, why it works. The quarterback room is strong for Superflex. Jaden Daniels is an elite weekly edge. Bo Nix gives a stable quarterback 2 profile, and Daniel Jones is useful insulation. In a format where teams get eliminated, having 3 usable quarterbacks is a big deal. CMC gives this team a massive weekly ceiling. In weeks 1 through 10, if he's even close to peak usage, he can single-handedly swing matchups. He's also the perfect for best ball playoffs because his spike weeks are enormous. Brock Bowers is a real advantage, even without tight end premium. Non-TEP lowers the value of average tight ends, but it does not erase elite tight end scoring. Brock lets this team create separation at a thinner lineup slot. The wide receiver room fits best ball well. Rashee Rice, DK Metcalf, Jamison Williams, Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers is a nice blend of ceiling and floor. Rice, DK, JMO bring spike weeks. Devontae, Jacoby help stabilize the redraft and elimination legs. Weaknesses. CMC is the obvious fragility point. If he misses time or declines, the running back room becomes Pollard plus committee/contingency options. Jordan Mason helps if tied to CMC, but the room is not bulletproof. Wide receiver has some volatility. Rice has profile, availability, risk. Devontae is older, and JMO is not a weekly floor piece. Best ball helps later, but weeks 1 through 10 still require a reliable line of scoring. RB2 could be a weekly stress spot. Pollard is useful, but after him, it's Mason, Mitchell, Katron, and Emmanuel Wilson. That's more contingency than stable points. Leg by leg fit. Weeks 1 through 10, very strong. Daniels, Nick, CMC, Bowers, Rice, Devontae, DK give a high on redraft lineup. Weeks 11 through 14, strong but CMC dependent. This team should avoid low scoring elimination if the stars stay healthy. The concern is that one CMC injury could put real pressure on Pollard in the wide receiver room. Week 15 through 17, best ball, excellent. Daniels rushing, Bowers, CMC, DK, JMO, Rice, Devontae, and even Katon Mitchell, Jordan Mason are perfect best ball pieces. This team has tournament winning spike potential. Verdict, Run the Hurry Up is a top tier contender and probably the best peer ceiling team in the league. I'd rank it second overall behind Young Houseboat, only because Young Houseboat has a slightly safe running back structure. If CMC is healthy, this roster can be absolutely win the whole dang thing.
Wow. Well, I just want to say that this AI thing that Cheeky created, I really like how it did the breakdown for each leg. So it did a breakdown for analysis for the redraft, the guillotine, and the best ball. So you got something there, Cheeky. When you get this thing all dialed in and buttoned up, we got to have you on the show so you can break this all down, because I think this is a tremendous asset for people evaluating their teams.
And if you want to get it up on our site somehow so people could pop in teams and stuff like that, I think we could figure out a way to do that. You know, with what I've been able to do on the back end with Codex so far, I think that shouldn't be something that is out of the realm of possibilities. So let me know if you're interested in that. Cheeky bot on the website would be a really cool feature, I think. So, man, that was awesome.
It had a Dan mode, I'm going to be honest with you, where it was really, really mean. I feel like...
Dude, I bet you he could come up with that, dude. He might be able to make a double down bot, dude, that's just, like, completely, like, senile and angry at all times.
All right, why senile, though? I heard it. I have ears, dude.
I tried to sneak it in there.
I tried.
Real sneaky in there real quick.
Real sneaky over there. Yeah. See? Cheeky.
See, look at that.
Make a double down bot that makes people feel bad when they draft their teams.
Oh, dude, we need a new goddamn bot. We definitely need a new goddamn
Frizzle. What's up, Frizzle?
Good to see you. Frizzle was there all last night when we were dying by casino. When we had death by casino.
Dude, I see him in your guys' thread on a regular basis, dude. He is a staunch supporter of DJ, and I'm sure that they are extremely happy to have you, man. You make a good addition to the squad. So we're glad to have you here too, man. Feel free to come on over anytime you want. You're always welcome. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already while you're here. Anybody else who's listening, please do the same. We definitely need that. The subscription counts need to go up. Me and Scott talked about this the other day. Let's wait till we're done with this draft and we'll talk about that. Scotty, do not let me forget to talk about our new subscription milestone we're chasing down.
Yes.
But let's make sure we move on there, because I don't want to digress again and then fall off the wagon like we always do and go on for another hour about random stuff. Thrill Kill. He is the next team on the list. Let's see. Who was up next? Was it me that was supposed to go after?
No, I want to break down Thrill Kill's team because obviously quarterbacks don't matter. Quarterbacks don't matter.
You go for it, Sky. It's all you, buddy. It's all you, man.
So
settle down a little bit, cheeky bot. Why don't you take it easy over there? All right.
I know, right? He got a cheeky bot. Now he's all big in the head over here.
Yeah, take a breath. Good Lord.
I wanted to throw spears at Thrill Kill's team, but he got kind of bailed out in this draft. So he started off with Jonathan Taylor and James Cook. I actually thought about Taylor over CMC, but I did look at the bye week and said, you know what, that was a deal breaker at that point. The other running backs are J.K. Dobbins. He doubled it up with Coleman, so he's got that backfield kind of locked in. Spears. I really like Nick Singleton. I think he could possibly carve out a huge role in that offense. So that's not good for my Pollard shares. And then Tank Bigsby, who's the backup from Saquon. So like the running back room wide receivers, he has Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Carnell Tate, the rookie, Pearsall, who I hate, Williams from Washington, I think that rookie's going to be good. And then and Wicks. The tight end, he's got Trey McBride, Mark Andrews, like that there. So he only need 2 in this format. And then the quarterback room, he kind of got bailed out there. He ended up with Sam Darnold, Malik Willis, and Mendoza, who do we know if he's going to play this year? If he does, it might be week 14 after the bye. So Malik Willis, from what I heard, looks terrible in OTAs. So and then obviously Sam Darnold. So kind of got bailed out. Malik Willis can be the person that they envision there in Miami. Like I said, he got kind of bailed out there. So actually really like this team that Thrill Kill put together. He usually puts together a pretty good team.
Now let me ask you, Scotty. He took Willis over Daniel Jones right in front of you. So would you have done the same if you were the person in front of him?
So this is all before the news that Willis looked awful. I was going to take Willis because I think he's going to be running for his life in Miami, which is just going to pile up tons of fantasy points. It's going to be a good floor for him. In this format, touchdowns are only 4 points, so you really don't need the touchdowns. You just need him to run like a chicken with his head cut off.
So I mean, I think that Malik Willis is a solid pickup. I even if he looks bad in Miami, like there's nobody that's going to look better in that team right now. I mean, he's not going to get beat up by Quinn Ewers. So I think that he'll still play. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to be out there. Like you said, there's going to be rushing yardage. So I personally probably go with like Bryce Young, maybe myself over him, but that's just me. They're all in the same tier, so it's really not.
They're all in the same. They're all in the same bucket.
Yeah, it's apples and oranges. It's what you prefer.
Yeah. If you want to do that, Cheeky, go ahead. We'd really appreciate it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
if you have
that'd be
time.
great.
Yeah, shoot it over to me and I'll read it off again. I like doing that. That was kind of fun. So Cyborg, here's the next team up on the list here. So he drafted in the 10th spot. He started out with Lamar Jackson at quarterback and then followed that up with Matthew Stafford and Geno Smith to fill out his quarterback room. He's got CeeDee Lamb was his next player off the board at the second 2-3 spot. He took CeeDee Lamb, then filled that out with T. Higgins, Christian Watson, Alec Pierce, Khalil Shakir, Jawan Jennings, Travis Hunter, and Jalen Noel. And then he went over to the running back room from there. Derrick Henry, Cam Skadaboo, Jacoski, Corey Merritt, James Conner. Fill out the running back room, a little bit weaker than I'd prefer. The tight end room, he's got Tucker Kraft, Chigo Okonkwo, and Terrence Ferguson, who I actually think is a sneaky decent pick for a late round pick like that. I like this team. I think he did a pretty decent enough job. We got the 3 starting quarterbacks like we talked about. I'm not a fan of the bye week scenario. He's got quite a few bye weeks during the guillotine timeline, which bothers me a little bit. And I am also not a real fan of his depth when it comes to his actual running back room, dude. I think that Derrick Henry, Cam Skadaboo, and then you go down to Korski, Merritt, and Connor. Both of those guys have big question marks on them going into this season. And then Skadaboo coming off an injury, Derrick Henry being old. There's just a lot to concern me there. You need the perfect storm to happen in order to stay without having an issue in that room. If one of the many options happen, then you're basically struggling in that room now. So that's the one area that I think there would be a little bit of issues. And then you could say the tight end room you could put in there if Kraft doesn't come back healthy enough to be, the type of impact player we know he can be. And then stacking the 2 Green Bay guys too is also something I probably would have tried to avoid myself. I don't like the week 11 bye week and then having 2 of the same guys off the same offense in your starting lineup is always something that bothers me if they're not stacking the same touchdown points like quarterback, receiver, quarterback, tight end. So to me, that's the only downfalls, though. I think you did a pretty decent job otherwise. And, Cyborg, man, you're going to probably have to do a little bit of work before the season, but you got a lot of pieces to make some trades happen, and I think you can do that.
Yep.
So Jimmy Wojo. Now, Scotty, this is the question for you. I want to give Dan one more evaluation. Who do we want Dan to tear apart now? Do we want him to go after our boy Jimmy Wojo or our boy K Doggy Dog? Because they're both good friends of the show, and I don't know who I want to have to be the victim of, Devil Dan.
I think we should let him break down K Doggy Dog's team.
Oh, you're going to protect your friend Jimmy because you met him in person, aren't you? I don't hate that thought process though. I can understand why. If K Doggity Dog happened to be, a guy that came to Vegas and Scott got to hang out with him, maybe he'd feel a little bit more different about protecting. But if you got to pick one over the other, you don't have a choice. You're going to go with your favorite brother, right?
I mean, I've never met Dan in person. Maybe I'll meet him soon, and if I do, maybe I can tame him a little bit.
Not gonna happen. Just so we're aware, Dan's loud and can absolutely throw these hands, so it'll be okay either way. If you don't like it, you know where to find me.
I can understand that because when you're as good looking as Dan is growing up, you're gonna have some people that are gonna come after you just because they're jealous, and you're gonna have to defend yourself as you go along when you're a kid, right? So I can understand why Dan's got practice at throwing hands.
Yeah, Cheeky. We are looking for Dan's team, but I do not see it on here. So no, I don't actually. To be honest with you, I don't see Dan's teams in any of these leagues.
Why don't you go ahead and start up a league right now, buddy? I'll hop in, okay? You got it. You guys can both text me. I don't actually. You know what, dude? Yeah. Oh, what am I? Thunder Fist? You son of a bitch! How dare you? Laugh after that.
Calm down, Dan. Don't be yelling at our regulars, bro. Can't be losing regulars.
Listen, Thunderfist and I go way back. We went to third grade together. He was a prick then. He's a prick now. I just want that to be well known.
Wow.
Okay?
It's funny because I would have thought that you were probably the bully in third grade and not the other way around.
I was a sweetheart until I was at school with you. And then you used to take a picture of me with a furry beard and make it go down on you afterwards. You did this to me, by the way.
Me?
This is your fault.
My fault.
You made me turn heel. This is your fault.
Turn heel.
Hey, well,
I'm the Kevin Nash to your Hogan.
Yes. Yep.
Hey, we should answer this question, Sean. Actually, I was going to talk to you about this the other day, and people are asking what to do with this Sorsby in the triathlon leagues, or really in the future, I guess, in any of the leagues.
This draft off first before we digress into.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I don't want to end up leaving us hanging for these last two guys. They're probably anxiously waiting. So you got Jimmy Wojo, right, Scotty? This is your turn.
Yeah, I can break down Jimmy's team.
Rock it out, baby, and then we'll come back to that question. I promise.
Yeah, so let me bring him up here. So Jimmy, okay, quarterback room, he's got Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, and he did not take a third quarterback. So I'm going to ding him there on that one. Really got to come out with a third quarterback, at least if it's somebody, like, anybody at that point. The running back room is Janty, Jeremiah Love, Ramondre Stevenson, RJ Harvey, and Jonathan Brooks. That could be a sneaky pick right there. They want to get him into the offense this year. So maybe he'll work his way up to a 50-50 split with Chuba. So don't mind the running back room there. Wide receiver rooms, Jalen Waller, McConkey, Odunze, Reed, Addison, Shaheed, Trey Tucker, and a couple rookies in Strebling and Branch. Like that there. I like taking shots at the rookies at the end of the rounds. You never know if maybe one out of the two make it. That'll be some pretty good value there. And then the tight end, he went with Sadiq and Jake Ferguson, kind of like that. So other than the third quarterback, I actually think it's a pretty balanced team. Jimmy's one of our regulars, plays in a lot of leagues. So like that, like this team.
Scott, I'm never going to let you sugarcoat a Jimmy Wojo team like this again. You do this every single time you get Jimmy Wojo because you like him so much. He's such a good buddy of yours. You sugarcoat his team all the time.
I just knocked him for a third quarterback. I said,
you got a sugarcoat alert.
I said,
a lot
you
of his buys are in the middle of the guillotine, and you didn't even talk about that at all. You didn't talk about the fact that his depth at tight end is a little bit suspect with Sadiq, who's a rookie coming into a really bad offense.
It's a non-tight end premium. It really doesn't matter. You just need one. It's non-tight end premium. You just got to start one.
I'm not saying that it's a bad team. I'm just saying that you skimmed over quite a bit of things that don't make it as pretty as you made it out to be.
Look, his bye weeks. Hang on. His bye weeks now. Look, 13 and 14 bye weeks aren't too bad.
Alert.
No. Listen, hear me out. Weeks 13 and 14 aren't too bad because teams will be eliminated, so you could cover those spots. It's week 11 and 12, which is the problem.
But how do you get to weeks 13 and 14? Usually you have to go through weeks 11 and 12 first.
Right. Well, he doesn't have – he has one? He's got his quarterback, which could be a problem, obviously.
No, he's got Jaden Reed, Rashid Shaheed, Romo's in week 10, Ramondre Stevenson. And then, obviously you talked about 13-14 with Janty and Love. But you also didn't talk about the fact that he's got 2 young running backs, and I know you don't like Love as an anchor for a running back room at this point in a redraft.
No, but he's got Janty. He's got – see, look, I'm fine with being weak at my RB2. If I'm going to be weak at any position, to be RB2.
He's weak at RB1 too, though.
Janty?
Yeah. Why are we penciling him in to be an elite running back when he is not?
He hasn't proven anything yet, right? He's on a team that's not expected to be very good this year yet. So
that's another thing. How many wins is his team going to have?
It doesn't matter. He's going to get volume, dude. He's going to get 320 carries. There's no one else there.
Listen, if he gets 320 carries that all go for half a yard, it will absolutely fucking matter. It will matter.
You guys want a hot take right now?
Oh my God.
Mike Washington is going to outshine Ashton Janty in training camp and take a huge chunk of his share by the end of the season.
I do like Mike Washington. I do like Mike Washington.
That is a crazy take that I tend to agree with, actually.
Watch. Remember, you guys heard it here first on Sudden Death Fantasy Sports.
From Double Down Dan. Okay, perfect. Glad we settled that where it came from.
All right, Dan, you get to break down K-Doggy Dog. I want to hear this one.
Hey, Jimmy, horrible draft, buddy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I know Scott did not want to, but I wanted to go ahead and throw a little 3.5 bananas on a 10 at you, buddy. Okay, let's go to K-Doggy Dog. Hoping
you read it, or you need me to read it off for you?
I like when you read it. I can read it, but I just like when you do it better. You're like Vanna White. I like it.
Thank you.
Let the hair flow a little bit, though, you know?
All right. He started out with the wide receiver room. Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Cortland Sutton, Josh Downs, Matthew Golden, Malik Washington, and Isaac Tesla round out the wide receivers. Went to the quarterbacks next with Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy, and Cam Ward, taking 3 quarterbacks to fill out that room. His next pick was Colston Loveland at the 5th spot, along with Kyle Pitts at the 10th spot, and Garrett Helm, and the tight end room was done. Oh, wait, no. He took Greg Dulcich, 4 tight ends. I did not see Dulcich down there. And then he went to the running back room in the 6th round with David Montgomery, Jalen Warren, Rashad White, Zach Charbonnet, and that is all. That was probably the worst read-through that I've done after you gave me a compliment, and I am very sorry, K-Doggy Dog, because I just butchered your squad.
He did. He butchered it. He made it sound way worse than it was. Oh, wait, he did not. Let's talk about this real quick. I like the wide receiver room. K-Doggy Dog. I do. I appreciate it. I think your quarterbacks are more than serviceable. To wait until the 6th round to draft your first running back seems like an insane strategy to me. Can you both attest that you would not wait 6 rounds before drafting your first running back?
I usually do not do that. No,
I mean,
that's insane.
I would try not to wait that long.
And you see it in the talent here. I mean, Rashad White maybe I'm partial to Rashad White. I think he has a sneaky possibility to steal some carries over there and do really well in Washington. But outside of that, how effective is Charbonnet going to be without Kenneth Walker? Do we expect Montgomery to have a big year behind a very bad offensive line? I don't know. I'm never sold on a running back outside of Jerome Bettis that plays for the Steelers. I don't know, man. I think you got a lot of work to do on this running back room, but I really, really appreciate, outside of Dulcich, I don't know why we're drafting him at all in general, but Loveland, Pitts, Helm, I feel like that's a solid unit, but you got to do something with these running backs if you want to do something, man. I think that's just
okay over here defending his like K-Doggy Dog. Like, I love that.
Why don't you settle down a little bit? How about that? Cheeky, listen, I understand that you think the Houston Texans redid their line, but they got rid of their best offensive lineman to redo the line. So I don't know what you call that, but it's definitely not redoing in a better way. It's redoing in a worse way when you get rid of your best offensive lineman. So let's focus on the actual positives here. Your wide receivers, your quarterbacks, and I think your tight ends are great. That's not a bad review from Dan. This is a 7.5 banana team. You need to figure out in the CFL, in Canadian football. Is that what you're talking about? Top 10 in what league? CJ Stroud forgot how to throw the forward pass the last 2 years. What league is you know what? I can't believe that just came out of Cheeky Bot's mouth. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
You're getting all red. Look at you.
7 bananas out of 10 is pretty good, okay? He's got to work on the running backs.
I never thought I'd see you get that upset over a 7 out of 10.
I can't believe somebody just said, you know what, Cheeky Bot? Hey.
Cheeky. Hey, he is a cheeky bot, though. He's a cheeky bot.
He's the cheekiest of the bots.
Hey, love him or hate him, but he's our Dugan Dan.
Actually,
I love how he took the vape hit right that same time and did the whole like French thing where you like blow out a little bit, then suck it back in. You know, now you're gonna do that.
Learn that move from you.
Your nose, like what is that? You know,
I learned that move from you. Suck it. Never mind. Anyway,
see, we're all from the era where like we grew up with like movies and everything back in the day. Like they made smoking cool and like everybody like look cool. They sit there smoking their cigarettes.
Dugan Dan
badass,
you know, cool with a cigarette in his mouth, dude.
Right? And do you remember that like what they call like a French inhale or whatever, where you let out like some out of your mouth and you inhale it into your nose or whatever?
That's how you know everyone's cultured. Everyone who's cultured does the French inhale. Okay, just gonna say that.
Dan, did you ever light your beard on fire?
No, I'm a man. I would never do that. I did, however, smoke a cigarette backwards about 642 times. So that was fun.
Oh, bro! Like you can't sit here and tell me that you didn't pull one. Like everybody does it at least once, where they burn their eyelashes or their eyebrows trying to light something on a stove, or you know, just some way somehow you've done it. I guarantee it.
I did singe my mustache at times, so it's okay. I'm a sarcastic bad. All right, you got good musical taste. That's great. Listen, your taste in running backs is horrific. So maybe that balances you out a little bit. Great music, bad running backs. I think that's kind of where we're standing here. Montgomery's not top 15 in any world, in any realm. This is not. What are we talking about here? What, dude? He's top 15?
Oh my yes, absolutely. We have done that. I am sorry, man, but that has happened to me more than I'd like to admit, and it's the most disgusting thing ever.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
When you feel the butt hit your lips, you're
yep.
like,
yep. You're like, what the fuck? Oh my god! Like you know right away, too. You're like, I grabbed the wrong beer. Fuck.
Oh man. Oh, so who's putting out cigarettes in a half-drank beer? Like, what are we doing?
I'm telling you, man, it only happens at like the young kid parties, because I know as I got older, like that stopped happening. You know, you didn't find those cigarettes and the beers anymore.
Trying to cherish every last drop of PBR.
All right, so what's worse then for you guys? Is it drinking the beer can with the butt in it, or drinking the beer can that was somebody's dip bottle?
Oh, it's dip bottle. It's dip by bottle. Far. The butt, like it's just a little bit of ash, maybe or something. But like, the dip, I just like almost threw up in my mouth just thinking about that.
God, dude.
Thanks for bringing that up, Scott. Jeez, Louise.
I just wanted to see your guys' face.
Well, you succeeded.
Let me tell you a Dugong story real quick before we wrap it up. Dugong was in, I think, my freshman year of high school, and he had a fat lipper in. Okay,
I love that Dugong.
And Dugong went to spit and saw the principal and slid it right down his throat and hurled everywhere. When I tell you I looked like the little girl from The Exorcist, I mean it, dude. I was just everywhere. It was horrific.
Sounds so gross. Sounds so gross. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man. All right, so You know what's funny? Like growing up, this is the last thing before we go, guys. I know we're gonna sign off here soon. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. But I'm telling you, man, growing up, like cigarettes were so cool. Everybody's all about cigarettes, right? And dip was cool, especially in the South, and all that, blah blah blah. And nowadays, man, the vaping is like the thing, right? And like nobody is smoking. I'm telling you, man, give it like 10 years or so, maybe 15. You're not even going to see cigarettes at gas stations and stuff anymore behind the counter. There's going to be like a small couple like Marlboro, Camel, and that's it on the bottom. And then there'll be just like vapes everywhere. And it's going to be just a vape heaven, dude. I'm telling you, vapes are going to overtake everything, and it's going to become the new cigarette, and it'll be cool for a little while to smoke vapes in movies, and then it's going to be like vapes suck because they're killing people, and they'll be the new cigarette down the road.
So I will tell you that cigarettes are making a comeback. I will tell you this. I know the kids are smoking darts again.
I don't see anybody smoking cigarettes.
I don't see anybody smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, nobody under the age of 50 anyway.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, it's a thing. The kids are starting to go back to stoves, man. It's definitely a thing. It's better than vaping. I will tell you that. It's much better than vape. What are we inhaling? What is this? What is this?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna argue that. I do think that
delicious.
vaping, depending on what kind of vape you're using, of course, that makes a big difference. But
I use the strictly fentanyl vape, so I don't know.
that explains so much.
What? I gotta take the edge off somehow. Don't judge me.
Oh man, yes, Cyborg's like I smoke cigs. I'm like, I know, bro. I did talk about under 50, if you remember that part.
Hey,
I love you, Cyborg.
he's 49 and a half this year. How dare you?
Thunderfist is right though about this. I do like cigars. I will smoke a good cigar and have no problem with that.
Same.
I do like smoking a good cigar. Top 3: Young Houseboat, Run the Hurry Up, according to Cheeky Bot. Cyborg, Best Pier Ceiling, Run the Hurry Up, Best Floor, Young Houseboat, Late Season, Best Ball, and last place for Life. I don't know what that part says. I can't read that part, but it must be like the next step for he didn't make it into the comment because it didn't quite fit. But vapes are so mid. That comes from a teacher, guys, so he's up to speed on all the cool lingo in the kids generation nowadays. Because I didn't ever think this was going to happen to me, but I felt way behind their stuff. Like these kids are saying, I feel like a whole different language sometimes.
Yeah,
Not you.
I'm saying,
You're hip, dude. Look at that haircut.
Hey, I guess cutting your hair doesn't help update your lingo. Who knew, right?
Who knew? Where's Duke?
Man,
That's
right.
question.
I don't even see him in the back of Sean. I'm getting worried.
Where is he? Because I'm getting a little concerned.
What are you talking about? He's still here. He's just hanging out.
Where is he?
Where is he hanging out?
What's up, guys?
Oh, where have you been, young man? No, come back here and let me look at you. Stay away from that man. He's bad. No, don't go. No, Dugong. Son of a. Oh, that Dugong is squirrely. He's a squirrely little.
Oh, that's great.
So, what time you guys going live tomorrow, Dan?
Who knows? Whenever Rocky gets his eyebrows done, we'll go right after that. Hopefully it's 6:30. Come by if you want to see a couple grown men whine and moan about.
Yeah, they need help, guys, over there because they've fallen behind on the subscribers.
Oh, we got to talk about subscribers, Sean.
And yes, we do. We need to talk about subscribers. They've fallen behind on the subscriber race over there at DGen. So if you're listening right now and you're not a subscriber to Dan over at DGen, you should subscribe, especially if you like to bet sports. Any sport you want. Dan is like a guru in all of the sports. It seems like I don't know how he ended up like having time to get married, have kids, and make a living or anything, because it seems to be just like devoted to every single sport there is. He's like the Ocho, ESPN 8. He knows all.
I am.
So if you guys want to get some help with that area, definitely subscribe to DGen's Fantasy Sports, and you'll be able to see Dan over there too, doing Dan stuff, and he is not censored over there, so it's even more exciting.
It is.
If you thought I was uncensored here, you have another thing coming. I would say that. Do not let the kiddos watch that show or hear it. Thank you for the plug. I appreciate you. 6:30. We will be on tomorrow. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, man. And we're going to be going live again on Thursday with another round of Roster Roulette with the audience, baby. So you guys join us for that show. You guys can play Roster Roulette. You're going to see all the new updates, including the roster expansion and the brand new waiver wire spot. That's going to be a really fun addition to the game. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming up on Thursday. Again, let me put a caveat out there. If I have any issues with the programming and I can't get it like actually working properly with that, I might not have the waiver wire button in yet by Thursday. But I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen, and the odds are it will be okay. So we should have that button, but caveat, we might not. Yep. Otherwise, we will be back on Thursday myself. Scotty, are you going to be able to make it on Thursday? I don't think I've asked you that yet.
Yeah, I'll be there, but you don't forget before you log off, you got to talk about the subscriptions.
Ooh, you did remind me of that, and then I forgot, and then now I'm back. So what we're doing here, guys, see this? See, this is why we make a good team here, me and Scott. I don't know why we brought this guy Dan in the first place.
Me either.
But, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So what we're gonna do, guys, in honor of our triathlon game, we're making a push for subscribers here, guys. We want to push these subscribers up. We got the expo coming up in late July. We'd really, really like to be at this point that we're going to talk about by then. So we need your guys' help to do this. The magic number, guys, in honor of the triathlon, is 333, baby. 333. That's what we're looking for right now. Help us get to 333 subscribers. The moment we hit that 333 subscribers, we will be giving away some more free entries. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We will do a free entry drawing for one high stakes and one low stake triathlon league. That's right, guys. So if you can get us there in time. Now, that's only going to be if we can actually do this before these leagues fill. So you need your guys' help to make sure that happens in time for us to get to that point and still have the time to run that draft. So come on, guys, man. Get in there, subscribe, help us out to get to that number. We're very close. We're sitting at, before the show started, 267. I think we're hopefully a few more by now from the shows going on. So the more the merrier. Tell your friends, tell anybody you didn't even listen to fantasy football. That's fine. Just get them to subscribe for now. Get that subscriber count up. We need to hit 500 to add a lot of cool things for you guys. And we're starting with the benchmark of 333 in honor of our one and only triathlon game. So Danny, man, what do you think about DGen joining that race to 333? Huh? You guys want to play in on that?
Listen, there's been a lot of slander talked about our subscriber count here, and I don't appreciate it. I do think you should subscribe to these guys. Bring all your friends to the Sudden Death Fantasy Sports Show here. But listen, if you beat us to 333, I am willing to let you guys have Rocky Prop. Take him off my hands. He's the best worker I have. And genuinely,
I don't know, bro. I mean, the way that you guys were celebrating that photo after the Knicks victory together, I mean, I thought you would never give up on your firstborn like that.
You know what? It hurts me, pains me to see him go. I will give him a lift to the airport, though, to bring him to you guys. And frankly, he's usually homeless or about to be. So if you guys have an extra room, he will live with you and be your butler. So
go ahead, send him out here. Go ahead, send him out here. He could stay at my spare room. Just mail me his sleeves later.
Yeah, I will. He's got a whole closet full of sleeves, so it'll take a while to go through everything.
Mail him later.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll him up tight though, because he does, like I said, have a full closet full of sleeveless shirts and sleeves. There's two separate closets for it. So
right. I could see Rocky having like an entire dresser drawer dedicated to different colored sleeves that zipped off of his shirts.
And also there's different colored items too. Not only sleeves, there are phallic items that maybe he has a full drawer.
Yeah. I figured that was in a different drawer, but I guess
no. You know what? It's weird because it goes phallic items, then sleeves, then turtlenecks, then assless chaps. So.
Wow. I really don't have any idea why your subscriber count is not climbing fast.
Does Rocky know that they make a large size in shirts? He doesn't have to squeeze into a small?
No,
I don't
Rocky
think he's
medium, bro.
Yeah, he's only wearing schmediums, and that's all he can handle. He's got to let those guns breathe. You know what I mean? He can't leave them contained, so he's got to wear very tight shirts around the torso section.
I actually want to see him before he cuts the sleeves off of his next new schmedium that he buys. I want to see him on air put the schmedium on and try to break the sleeves with the flexing, because I mean we all know that there's no shortage of this at a Rocky. You know what I'm saying? We all know. Oh, hey, look at me.
I don't know if anyone loves themselves more than Rocky Prop. I will say that.
That's. I don't know. That's a really. You might be right about that. Actually, now that I think about that, I
think he's right.
Pretty good assessment.
Thanks. I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, and that's a really good play to end the show right there, right? Let's give Rocky a little bit of a bashing, and then we can walk out of here happy people.
God,
And,
I feel
move
great
on to
now.
the next
I
day.
feel like we should do that every day, dude.
It's like an intervention.
Yeah,
I know, right?
needed
No matter
that.
no matter how mad you are, all we gotta do is just start talking bad about Rocky, and it makes us all feel better.
No matter how mean I am about someone's fantasy football roster, at least we can all hate on Rocky at the end of the day. Brings a smile.
I know, and Rocky's the only one that gave us a shout out on the show, and here we are. We love you, Rocky. Go watch TJ Fantasy. Oh, man. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us for today. Please join us on Thursday at 5:30, not 3:30 here, but 5:30 on Thursday for the Roster Roulette show. Make sure you check out DJ over on Wednesday at 6:30, as long as Rocky shows up on time. He does have our PT time, so you never know if that's the case or not. But for myself, Sean, Trader, Clem on Sleeper, my buddy Scott, run the Hurry Up on Sleeper, and Double Down Dan, who's never on Sleeper because his notifications are off, we are out of here.